All right, Shalom. For the first, we'll give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakulash Bakathum. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and to our doctrine across the globe. Pushing the word in truth and sincerity, I want to say Shalom. So I die now from the Great Millstone camp of Columbus. And I'm beginning Jeremiah 50. And, God dang it. Jeremiah 50. And I'm going to read down because we're on the cusp of annihilation, of the annihilation of Babylon, man. And we got to keep prophesying about it because we're looking to go home, man. All right. So we're going to get into this, Jeremiah 50 and 1. It says, the word that Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. And Jeremiah the prophet is back today, man. All right. You know, and he's somewhere prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, man. All right. And we know that Chaldeans are warlocks and witches. And this place is full of warlocks and witches, man. Enchantments, sorcery and spells and witchcraft. All right, and you can see it throughout the product that it produces, man. A bunch of robots and people who cannot think for themselves, who are enticed by the illusion of prosperity, the illusion of greatness. All right, being perpetrated and influenced by their influences, the actors, the rappers. All right, the ball players, man. All right, this place is full of sorcery. Verse 2, it says, declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard and conceal not, and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Baal confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken into pieces. All right, so the men of the Lord, the prophets, are here to declare the downfall of America, man. America has many idols. They have many false gods and false prophets in this land. All right? And our job is to proclaim, prophesy against great nations, kingdoms, and countries, man. You see, and we are the standard. The Lord said, I set an altar in the midst of Egypt. See, the men of the Lord are set for an ensign, for a warning for the upcoming trial or upcoming tribulation that's coming to this place. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make your land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall depart both man and beast. I believe Babylon is Iran, or let me see, hold on. I think it is Iran. We want to make sure. Iraq. Oh, hold on. Just for edification. Oh, okay. So now I'm gonna do. Iraq. So Babylon is Iraq, modern day Iraq, man. All right, we know Iraq is still inhabited. So you know this is not talking about a modern day Iraq. All right, because we know those of us who've been around from the beginning, years ago, that we had the Iraqi war. All right, so Babylon is definitely inhabited. This is talking about mystery Babylon here in America, okay? All right, so this place is going to be totally desolate, never inhabited, all right, but only of doleful creatures, man, and desert animals. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going in weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their power. All right, man, say the people shall be willing the day of our power, man. All right, when they start to see the fruition of the prophecies coming to pass right before their very eyes, the implementation of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, all right, they're going to understand that this is the time that the Lord has purpose for His return. All right. We're talk about they cried when our chastening. They cried out when our chastening was upon them. All right. When Esau really comes with his hammer, people are gonna be crying out, man, looking for I'm looking for the man of the Lord, looking for answers. And guess what? Wit shall hide itself. All right. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, "Come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten." It's my people shall, because a lot of people ain't gonna believe until they see it. All right, there's gonna be a lot of doubting Thomases. All right, there are a lot of doubting Thomases, man. You see, my people have been lost sheep. The shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgot their resting place. Their resting place is in the Lord. All right, it's in these scriptures. All right, the people, the leader of the people calls them the air. See, nobody's warning our people about the upcoming World War III, the famine. You see, the microchip, the destruction of America by the chariots and by the ICBM nuclear missiles is going to hit this place. But they're promising peace and prosperity. They're promising them a future 20, 40, 50 years down the road. And we don't have 20, 40, or 50 years, man. All right? All that found them have devoured them. And the adversary said, "We offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord." And that's the mindset of these heathens, man. All right, because they know that they have the Lord's jewels in possession. Adolf Hitler said they don't even know who they have. That they have the Lord's crown jewels in their land. You see, no nation has come to help us, man. All right, they can go on television and say certain things, you know, talking about how Esau oppresses Jacob in his land and all these other things, that the terrible history that America has toward the Israelites. But what have they done? You see, what have they done to actually offer us help? They never told us that we're the Israelites. They don't tell us that the power of the Bible belongs to us. You see? It says the habitation of the justice, even the Lord of the hope of their fathers. You know, because they figure that because we're in this situation, the lower state, walking around with our ass hanging out and twerking everywhere and being moles and just being totally degenerate children, they think they have the right to come and to prosper and to what's the word, to use and abuse the Lord's chosen, man, and they're going to pay for that. Verse 8, it says, "Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks." All right, and that's to free our mind, to flee the ideology of living here in Western, in Western civilization here in America, man. Once you detach yourself from the ways of America, you're gonna be okay, man. All right, but you have to first acknowledge, all right, acknowledge your old ways, man. Verse 9, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return them in vain." Right, man? When the missiles come, they're going to fly to the mark. They're not going to break their ranks. They're going to hit the target, all right, that the Lord had purpose to hit. You see? "And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All the spoilers shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, or you destroyed my heritage." Man, they were proud that they have gotten the Lord people in this situation in captivity, reigning over them with oppression. All right, with what's the word? Made a sort of rigor. You see? All right, with the what's this could call it? Unrighteous decrees. You see? The history of America is painted in rape, robbery, and murder, man. So because you were glad, because you rejoice, or you destroy my heritage, because you are grown fat as a heifer at grass and bellow as bulls, man. Yeah, man, you done sat fat, you done got rich, or you done laden yourself with riches and prosperity and power, all at the demise of the Lord's people, man. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. All right, and England, Britain is gonna be are ashamed of Babylon, man. All right, the things that goes on here, all right, is way worse than what goes on in so-called America's motherland, which is Britain. All right. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished instead of plagues, man. Right, man. Hey, this revolution is gonna be televised, man. All right, everybody's gonna see the fall of America. They're gonna mourn because they can't delight in her riches anymore. You see? Then they're gonna be like, you know, they're also gonna rejoice because they're not under the burden or the thumb of America's rulership. So put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All you that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. All right, these other nations are gonna be releasing those missiles, man. All right, those silos, those missiles being made all these years are not just going to be put on display, man. All right, they're going to be actually used in the annihilation, the evisceration of Esau Edom rulership, of Esau Edom, and America, man. And you 2/3 are going to get involved in that too. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For the vengeance of the Lord, take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. And that's what's going to happen, man. All right, they went around in collapsing societies. They went around wielding their sword, imposing a will on other places. Well, the Lord's going to use the sword, all right, and impose His will upon this place, man. All right, the Lord's going to reward her double. All right. Isaiah 47:1, it said, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. Alright? Alright, so hey, this is the prophecy of America, man. It's going to be destroyed. Alright, no more authority for you, Esau. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover their locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee I'll meet thee as a man. I will not meet thee as a man, man. All right, so you're not ready to give fucks, so to speak, man. You take a girl in the bedroom, start undressing her. The more clothes you get off, the weaker she becomes, desiring to be ravished, even not desiring to be ravished, man. The Lord is really going to rape America, man. All right? You see? The shame is being uncovered, man. You start to see all the imperfections, all right, that Babylon has, man. And the Lord is coming back as a power, man. He's not coming back lowly riding on the coat of an ass, man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is His name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee in darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Thou shalt be no more called the lady of kingdoms. All right, this place is going to be called Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It's going to burn as an example for those live after, for those who live ungodly, roughly paraphrasing. All right. It said, I was wroth to my people, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, and hast thou very heavily laid the yoke, man, and they have, man. All right, you got Jake sitting out here, man, working at 65, 70 years old, man. All right, you have our elders and people out there picking cotton and watermelons and bananas and sugar canes, man. You see? Let's not talk about the violence and perpetrated. You hunting them out of their homes, hanging them on trees, crosses, man. All right. You gave us no rest. You gave us no compassion. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. You know, your pride has deceived you, man. You see, you think you think the house shall continue forever, man. Hey, you're not going to be able to create a colony in space. You're not going to be able to use cryogenics to bring back your world leaders and your elite men, man. You see, but don't forget the Lord purposed you for destruction, man. You purpose you for 1,000 years of captivity, and after that, annihilation, man. All right. Therefore, hear now this: thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am none and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. All right. And you have dwelled carelessly, man. All right, you have imposed your will so much to people, and these other nations are scared to make war with you. They were scared to make war with you, but now that we got saying they're strong, now you're seeing the uprising of the other nations coming against you. They're not using your dollar. The BRICS nation getting stronger, even though the Lord going to bring that down too. All right, but your pride, man, is the reason why you're not going to enjoy existence anymore, man. All right. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day: the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in the perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, but none else beside me. Man, you know, and you could just tell by the way he talks, by the way he acts, by his policies, all right, by his injustice, his corruption of the scriptures. You see? Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it ariseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, but thou shalt not know. All right, and the Lord's going to take you down in an hour, man. All right, it's going to be a very flawless victory, very easy victory for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be that thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Right, man. Increase your enchantments and your wickedness, increase your warheads, increase your policies, increase your noose tightening upon the world, and see if that's going to help you, man. You see, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, that now the astrologers and stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee, man. See these warlocks, these witches, these demons, all right, or Satan is going to prevail against Yahweh Shem Yahushai? The answer is no. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, no fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, and none shall save thee, man. All right, United Nations, the European Union, all right, the NATO, all right, is not going to get you, be able to deliver you out of the hands of Yahweh Shemi outside. Revelation 14:8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, you see, and this is going to be the judgment the Lord has purpose upon this place, man. For you to spread yourself across the planet, and it brought up what degeneracy, it brought up murder, brought corruption, idolatry, and these things have all the nations drunk of your cup. And now they're going to get destroyed along with you. With that, I'm going to say shalom and a Bible.